very happy when the Wessells bought it. It was Don's mother and father that bought it and ran it.
And it was strictly the Worcester farmhouse. You may know Pauline Worcester.
Talk with her.
Yeah, okay. And Ada C., who's here as a patient, this was their original home.
You were born here.
And the house had been moved from out in Pittsfield across the fences when there was snow, probably 1885, something like that.
Tree in front, which was a maple, and then there was another tree that was a buckeye. I guess that isn't here
It's
yet.
still here.
She said,
That's still out in the
and the name's maple is too, and I've spent lots of hours in that, and got a lot of spankings for staying up in the tree when I should have been down.
You climbed it?
Oh, sure. It'd be like sway like this, and you could slide down it this way and then slide down it this way.
Dad pretty well built the place. Well, I actually lived here, lived upstairs here while my parents took care of patients downstairs.
Yeah, Henry and I, my husband and I started this. I said we could buy that and fix it up, and it just went on and on, but we finally decided to make a nursing home out of it. So,
How many patients you have?
well, we only had 2 to start with, but wasn't very long. We had a dozen or so, and then I started, getting help then because I couldn't do everything. And I said, Don, it's a pretty big job. He said, well, I know, but I like people, and I think I'd like to see if I could handle it. And he took it over right away.
It's a people business, and I like people. I think that's the neatest part, and to feel that you're able to help. In 1963, we got to 36 beds, and that's when I came in. Theo came, I think, in 67, and then we added this new big wing out here. That got us to 50 beds. But
Thank you. We're admitting 2 patients today. That's unusual for us. This is Thelma Lowry. She's my day supervisor. Her job responsibilities are
Too numerous to mention.
incontinent. Do you use the bedpan? Yes. The ADLs on the residents for the PAC survey nurses. We have to determine if they are independent toileting, if they need to be assisted on the bedpan or commode, or whether they are completely incontinent. Did I do Cody?
Get them up when we come in.
I see. Are
And,
you,
Then after they eat, and we eat, then we start putting them back to bed again.
I see.
So, hi, Ruthie. How are you?
I think that probably we're taking care of a heavier number of bedbound than we used to. But I'm still thinking that our ambulatories are going to be up above 50% at least that can move around in some way. But we get everybody up anyway. Even the ones that normally would be bedbound in other homes would get up.
Edith Yoder, and she's 103 years old. Lately, you've been up and your hair looks nice, and you feel good, though, don't you? Yeah.
like to make a motion or have a motion made before the council. Will somebody make the motion? All in favor will signify by raising their hand, please. I didn't see you raise your hand over there.
We had several complaints.
Do you?
Does anyone have anything else that they want to bring up?
What about that tub bath? Putting cold water when it should be warm.
Okay, now, we did get
We talked about that before, Bill.
one of the reasons that we think resident council is so helpful. As soon as I reported the problem, it was the very next day that Mr. Wessell came through and took care of it.
You know, that water is cold unless they let it run a while.
I've had 2 baths in that big tub and the water's been just right. Mine was warm this morning.
Warmed it out this morning, good. Okay, and anything at all that you'd like to bring up at the meeting? No, okay. All right, ready? All right, there you are. Thanks for coming. You feeling better? A little better. Happy hour at 4 o'clock today. We are making a
Bill.
slight change, so there will be happy hour at 4 o'clock.
From Camden, south of from Camden, south of Kipton.
I see.
I live on a small farm out there.
What brought you into the nursing home?
Because I was falling down out of home, living alone and falling down on the floor, and they need help to call in, you know. And they got word that I was laying on the floor out of home, and they sent the ambulance out and picked me up. Took me to the hospital. Part-time farmer and machine shop worker.
I made hats, and I sold hats to people. And part of my service was being a bridal consultant, and I carried that as long as I was working and it was a wedding service that I took brides to Akron, Ohio, and fitted them out in their wedding attire.
Dan, would Dan make a better bartender than I do? Yeah. Oh, I don't know about that.
I really enjoyed that.
I did. I said I was going to do it as long as I lived, but I guess I'm going to live longer than it's doing me.
Have you lost that pound you gained? She must have lost it. She's eating the cheese.
She must have.
What's your favorite thing about the nursing home?
Well, the food is very good, even though people complain on it some days, you know, because you can't please everybody. But to me, it's very, very good, very good.
Look at all the people here.
I'm all through working with my loan.
Oh, well, how come?
I got 4 stamps for Christmas and I'm using them all up.
You work too fast. Well, you don't want these cut any shorter, do you?
I don't think so.
No, they,
I have filed some.
yes, I thought you had.
This one.
But I would just take the polish off and put some fresh polish on it,
Alright.
okay? Did you take your own shower today?
I all alone in my dress. And then
What did you make?
pads for on table for hot dishes. And, or you can set plants on them.
Green and yellow,
All right, now this one will go underneath.
white, and the blue. Got it? No. Okay, now put it up
The red will go
underneath this
under the blue.
yellow one that I'm holding up for you.
Want to go under the
Good, that's good. Okay, now you're gonna go over top of the red one and we're gonna pick up.
Up with something called Simple Pleasures. It's been fun to watch the older people, and everything frequently is simple things are the pleasurable things. Frequently it's very slow motion kind of activities, and yet obviously they enjoy. You get lots of people out for the activities, and they do get involved.
I see the activities as one of the areas that we'll definitely want to be expanding. I want to put more of my direct people involved with activities. I think we're going to be able to do that here in the near future. As we add on to the nursing home, I want to put in some special activity areas that we don't have now.
You're not old enough to remember. And you know, with trivia questions, I throw out the question and you give me the answer, right? What variety show was called A Really Big Show by its host? This was many years ago.
Ed Sullivan.
Right. Good for you. Ed Sullivan. How many remember the Ed Sullivan Show? And he used to come out and say, this is going to be a really big shoe. It's the longest running Western on television.
Matt Dillon.
Yeah, Matt Dillon was the star of it. What was the name of it?
Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke, right. Good for you. Good for you. How many remember Gunsmoke? What was the name of George Burns' partner?
Gracie L.
Who was Fred Astaire's most famous dancing partner?
Ginger Rogers.
Ginger Rogers. Nobel Prizes.
Madam Curie.
Marie Curie, right. Who launched the New Deal? What president? How? I lost. 8. Wait, you're...
And I can read a regular newspaper print with my magnifying glass, but it's very painful, so I don't really do it very much. But that's a condition when we're older. Most all the people here have that problem. I check in most everything. The early breakfast tomorrow morning's the early breakfast.
Tomorrow morning.
And that's fun. It's a treat for us. We get hot toast, bacon.
All those goodies you're not supposed to eat anymore, huh?
Do you get waffles or things like that with syrup?
No, it's just always eggs, whatever way we want them, and fruit. We had lovely grapefruit this winter. It was so nice, and the toast and egg, and they even put jam on the table.
Yum.
And that is a treat.
That's neat.
Oh yes, after I'm up and around, I'm gonna go home. Because they're all planning what they're going to do to take care of me. Hold of. And I was able to pick it up and walk along with it.
Oh, marvelous.
Yeah, something from the hospital they let us use. Because they said it's very, very seldom they ever have a broken hip and a broken arm at the same time. Oh, there's just no enjoyment in getting old, I'm telling you. It's terrible. I can see out here what it's like. Yeah. It's a wonderful place, though.
Hold on to your... All right, come on, hold on to the... You took our jam away. Why do you want it back? Jam is in demand. Just a minute. Would you like more coffee, Harriet? May I borrow your jam? Here, Barb. Would you like some now? You guys get the other. Yeah, who wanted the jam? You did. Right?
Got 15, but it's pretty good. Yeah. I'll be 90 years old, 29th of this next month. Yeah, I'm working toward 100. I don't know whether I'm making it or not. I can just about barely get around, that's all. Well, Father was a doctor here for 50 years. Weaving is a hobby of mine. Well, I started the hobby, must have been 40 years ago. And I've had 15 looms.
Would you like anything else? Would you like anything else?
About the temptation and things, but everything is there.
Oh, too bad. That's good.
Yeah,
Well, I just painted all my life. What are the favorite? Landscape and birds and well, floral things, and I didn't do much with portraits.
That's okay.
But I liked birds and animals better than people. I didn't mean to be naughty, but took all my money for paints and paper and stuff. Looks like one of the cats that I had, not Donald or who was it? I had dozens of cats, you know. I knew it was wicked, but I liked them better than people. They're so smart. I think that's Orpheus.
Was it hard?
I miss them, yes. These are all my cats except that one.
Did you make this?
Mm-hmm.
It's nice.
Hmm?
I like it.
I made everything, you know, like the mirrors and everything.
Wasn't there a tornado that hit Pittsfield too?
Yes.
Do you remember that one?
I sure do.
What
was
happened?
That, yeah, what was that like? I've never been in a tornado, so I don't
They
know.
don't last long enough to tell what they're like. They just come and go so quick. And afterwards you look over and see what they have done. We went down to the basement and come right back up again.
But you don't have time to get scared about them, really, because they hit so fast.
There wasn't only one building that it didn't hit.
95.
But I can't remember things very good. I used
Not
to.
like you used to, huh?
No. I can't remember the years, it seems like.
Uh-huh.
Which year was this? Which year was that?
She goes down to their church services and what they have them every Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah,
She
4
likes-
o'clock. There ain't too many of them come, but you get a lot out of what they do come. 4 generations.
You want to go to church
Do you want
service,
to make
Mom?
it to this church service? It sounds like it just started.
Hey, thank you very much for you going along with me, trying to get over to the people that they should change their ways and that they should put God in their life. But a lot of them wasn't listening, just like they're not listening today. Leaning on the everlasting arms. And keep Christ our leader safe. Amen. Okay.
Push up so you can hear better.
This is him singing with Ruth Scott.
So quickly. When I lost my ability to read, I was just helpless at night, and nothing to do and in spaces in between during the day. I got so tired of just sitting, and I used up all my good memories, and then I was really ready for this, and it was so effective, really.
Gradually grow into the importance of certain things in life. I wanted to do what I thought were valuable things for people. Children are children, and they need to be considered as children.
My son is a professor in music here at the Conservatory of Music. He teaches music, and that's the last I ever knew. The stroke gave no warning, no pain or anything. But when I came over here then, I thought I'd get into therapy with Ralph. And every day I do my therapy in bed that they taught me. Every day. I'll show you. I can put this leg clear up here, do all kinds of things with this, and I can see my arms and my whole body. That's therapy. Tell everybody that has a broken bone or a stroke if they will.
Well, maybe with a little bit of luck, they can keep working on it, and you may be able to walk again, because you certainly have
I'm old enough to die, and I'm ready.
Well, you're not ready to die.
Oh, yes, I
Oh,
am.
no.
I've had a wonderful...
We're not ready for you to die.
I know, but I've had a wonderful life.
Okay, in relation to the leg bend, we're dealing with the hip, the knee, ankle, and the toe. So if you're going to encourage them to do an active exercise, then it would be to pick your feet up, ankles up, forward. Work your ankle in bed, laying in bed, work your ankles this way.
We have a resident, you just have to cry and cry.
Okay, with that type of thing, okay, with that type of individual, what would be helpful for that? And I'm glad you asked that question, because I think what would be helpful is soaking them in warm water, which allows it to kind of relax a little bit before you even do anything.
Oh, I do. I suffer an awful lot.
Mainly from your arthritis or from other things too?
I suffer mostly arthritis. Well, I just got one good hand. This hand.
One good hand?
These fingers are drawn down.
Oh, that's right. This hand is contracted so that it won't open.
No, it don't open. Oh. Push me up closer to the table.
Push you up closer to the table? Okay, we'll do that.
You want your speaker?
Thanks.
Here, I'll cut your meat up for you, okay?
You have lasagna, and she has some, like a grilled steak.
Yeah, that's one of the things we've always tried to do, is keep as much of a homey atmosphere as we can. And when we went from the 36 bed to the 50 or 53 bed, we thought, boy, we're really going to lose that. That's going to be one of our problems. I think we've been successful in keeping that at this point. Now we're moving to 100 beds, that becomes a scary thing again. However, the way we've set it up, there'll be 50 beds in this section and 50 beds in the other section, and we'll maybe try to run 2 homes with a dining room in the middle, you know, and try to kind of play it that way and see how that works. But that's one of the things that keep battering around in my mind, is how we're going to try to keep the hominess. But I think that's what we will have, primary staff at each of the 50 bed segments, and not mix them up too much.
Good nursing home beds in the county, and you certainly do have good ones.
We hope so. We sure hope so. Thanks to all the help from everybody. It's a whole community effort, I think.
You know, Mary, that you fall from the county.
Mr. Norbert have Fennergan here, did you know?
Huh? I did not order it. But
Mine said he's got a whole bottle of it here. Mr. Norberg's starting on Fennergan. Ruby just found it. I didn't know it.
Okay, I'll take this down.
Well, thank you, girls. Come back tomorrow. We'll do this all over again.
Good day.
January of 1990, an Oberlin College student, Jugna Shaw, and I came to Welcome Nursing Home to watch and record the many marvelous happenings. We would like to thank all of the patients and staff who worked with us so patiently. It was a marvelous experience. Thank you.